from Australia. Thanks for being here as part of this epic day of showings, marathon. I'm going to show some new material from a piece I'm making called Exit Strategies. I can't speak Portuguese very well, so I'm going to be speaking English. I apologise for bringing the tyranny of the English language into this art context, and I thank you for taking what you can from it, depending on your English interests. There's quite a lot of talking in the piece, so we'll just see how we go. I'm going to read because I'm still very much in the stage of making material. I'm not yet in the stage of learning or deeply organising the order. So there's just some bits that I'll do, and they might not make sense with each other. Okay, great. So I don't have a set here, but we're just going to imagine that this is a wall, okay? So I'm building a wall. And it's taller than me, so when I go behind it, you can't see me. Okay? I could be doing anything right now and you wouldn't know. Ways to leave. Just leave. Leave in a rush. Leave under the blanket of darkness. Leave through determination. Be a child. Live in the countryside in Australia, not far from a village where kangaroos sometimes jump down the street. Realise that there's a big world out there. Feel desperate to leave. On a trip to town one day, go to a travel agent and ask for some travel brochures. Collect pictures of beautiful old historic buildings, famous bridges, big cathedrals. Create costumes out of household objects that might be worn in those places. A sheet could be a Greek toga. The head of a broom could be the bustle of an Elizabethan lady-in-waiting. Have your mother and father take photos of you posing, some close to the camera, some very far away. Print out the photos, cut yourself up, glue yourself into the photos of the castles and cathedrals and bridges. It's just like you are there. You are collapsing the rules of space and time. Write stories about yourself at Stonehenge or watching the Great Wall of China being built. Call this your first novel. Call it Mish Through the Ages. Leave as quickly as possible. Misdirection. A firecracker up the back. Disappear into a puff of smoke. At this point, Vashko would carry on a smoke machine. Fill the room. Fill the room. Sorry. Leave with their money. Receive a large sum of money to attend a conference overseas in Europe. Travel to Romania without fully knowing the currency, without learning a word of the language, and without checking if you need a visa, because you've just been really busy. Visit an airport ATM, even though they have terrible exchange rates. Attend one day of the conference. Find it boring. Agree to meet some colleagues at the afternoon session, then take a walk and get lost. Find yourself in a park and sit down. Notice that the park is full of statues of poets. Wonder if there are any statues of poets in Australia. Receive a text on your phone from a colleague. Where are you? Stand in front of a statue of a poet. Wish that you were a statue. Think about going back to the conference, but then just text your friend, I am lost. Leave in slow motion. Stop, please. Leave sneakily. Join an expensive yoga studio near your house. In a bid to get fit and work on your mental health. You are in your 30s now, and if you ever want to have a baby, you have to start thinking about your flexibility and harness your fear, tension, pain cycle. Go to 5 classes in a row and be really impressed with your progress. Touch your toes. Have a cup of tea with the yoga teacher after class. They are probably going to be your new best friend. Fantasize. Maybe you'll become a yoga teacher too. Have a busy week and miss one class. Get a cold and miss another class. Continue missing classes and develop shame around your lack of progress. Do not cancel your subscription. Begin deleting emails from the yoga studio. Continue paying. Worry about running into the yoga teacher on their way from the studio after work. So start taking a new train to a different station far away. Don't tell your boyfriend about the bill from the yoga studio. Don't tell anyone. Disappear into a crowd. Leave with cowardice. Go to a party where an ex of yours might be. Have a whiskey or two before you go, just to calm your nerves. Have a champagne on arrival. Drink wine all night. Reach for a vodka when you see them walk in. Say yes to a line of Coke when a stranger offers. Talk to people all night about how it's really good that the relationship is over because it just ran its course and it's probably just one of those things, you know, like all good things really must come to an end. Laugh a lot and pretend to be a totally carefree, emotionally mature person. Fall down a flight of stairs holding a bottle of wine and spill the whole thing down your dress. Take the dress off. Leave it at the party. It's ruined and you hated it anyway. Walk into the street in your underwear. Accept a stranger's jumper when it gets cold. End up dancing at some weird nightclub after the party wraps up. And then at someone's house, a friend of a friend or something. And then at another party where you steal some gin. Have vague memories of entering the party and telling them that you hate their music and unplugging their stereo angrily. Say yes when someone offers you some ice to smoke because you are a totally carefree, emotionally mature person. It's probably good to try everything once. Vomit in someone's pillowcase on their bed at some point, at some location. Break into a public swimming pool and go swimming naked until you hear the police sirens. Steal a bottle of chili sauce from somewhere and hide it in your handbag. You'll discover that in a week or so. When you wake up in the morning, try and remember how you got home. Leave with flair. Who's coming with me? Leave by boat. The sound effect of a boat. I put on a life belt. The theatre fills with water. And I float out. Go to law school. Be American. Become a human rights lawyer. Become the attorney for a gay man who's suing his former high school because they didn't prevent anti-gay bullying. Work to legalise marriage equality in the United States. Move to Brooklyn. Become passionate about the environment. Protest every day. Become despairing when no one's doing anything about climate change. Write to the New York Times. Tell them that pollution ravages our planet. Most humans on the planet now breathe air made unhealthy by fossil fuels. Many die early deaths as a result. Become desperate when they don't write back. Go to a park in Brooklyn, Prospect Park. Take matches, take kerosene, set yourself alight. Leave a handwritten note on a bench next to you. I'm David Buckle, and I just killed myself by fire as a protest suicide. I apologise to you for the mess. Be told to fuck off. Sorry, can you tell me to fuck off?
Yeah.
Can you say fuck off?
Fuck.
Be a woman. Be a newsreader. Turn 40. Change the political and economic affiliations of your country. Vote Leave. Let's take back control. We can speak for England. We can survive without Europe. We can leave. Leave on your hands and knees. Leave your home country. Commit a crime, a robbery, because your family is hungry. Get caught in someone else's house by a police officer. Get taken to jail. Receive a sentence that sends you on a boat for 9 months to the other side of the world to work under hard labour for 3 years. As punishment, build roads and clear bushes with your bare hands. Finish your sentence. Take possession of some unceded Aboriginal land and call it your own. Build a house there, have children. Have your children have children. 7 generations later, wonder if they belong. Die. Kick the bucket, pass away, pass on, lose your life, depart this life, expire, breathe your last breath, draw your last breath, meet your end, meet your maker, meet your death, perish, be lost, go the way of the flesh, go to glory, go to your resting place, meet your maker, cross the great divide, give up the ghost, croak, flatline, conk out, go belly up, shuffle off this mortal coil, go the way of the dinosaurs, push up the daisies. Leave your art form. Take a dance workshop.
If you leave, you take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, no, baby, please don't go. And if you leave now, you take away the very heart of me. Ooh, no, baby, please don't go. Ooh, God, I just want you to stay. Love like ours is love that's hard to find. How could we let it slip away? Come too far to leave it all behind. How could we end it all this way? When tomorrow comes and the things we said today. Love is hard to find. How could we let it slip away? We've come too far to leave it all behind. How could we end it all this way? When tomorrow comes and we'll both regret the things we said today. If you leave me now, you'll take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, now, baby, please don't go.
Buy a green screen on Amazon for $80. You are somewhere, anywhere, in an instant. It collapses the space-time continuum. Green screen. Try to take yourself places with your new green screen. Try once. Try twice. Try again. Receive some feedback from a very expensive technician that you hire. He tells you that your eyes are the exact wrong type of colour to work with this type of technology. Your eyes against the green screen start disappearing. Your eyes are a green screen. They become the background. They become the other place. Your eyes stop functioning as eyes looking out and instead look through. Your eyes are the Harbour Bridge or the Taj Mahal or Mars. You keep trying. Take an unexpected turn to see where it gets you. Keep living. Leave your sense of self-worth at the door. When you get home from your wild night of fucking, call a friend and tell them that you picked up in the kitchen while your ex was in the lounge room of that party. Laugh about it. While you're on the phone to her, start absent-mindedly folding up his stuff that's still in your room. Laugh at that. Realise that you are probably still drunk or maybe high on ice or cocaine or both. Decide that it's best to keep avoiding the hangover. Have another whiskey. But the whiskey is low, so go to the shops to try and buy some more. Run into an old stoner friend of yours on the way and smoke a joint. Convince them to jump into a fountain with you. Be pulled out of the fountain by a police officer. Remember that you're wearing your friend's shoes that you borrowed from the party when you lost your shoes, and so try and dry them on someone else's picnic blanket in the park. End up having a beer with that person when they catch you drying your shoes on their picnic blanket. Make out with them for a while. Wake up in the supermarket, leaning against the freezer with a handful of frozen peas against your head. It is 3 p.m. Employ a new video technician. This one is from the Netherlands. Apparently, in Central Europe, there are some really exciting artists. Find one who isn't afraid to try new things. Find one who can work with your green screen eyes. Send them some videos of yourself. Now you can collapse the rules of space and time. Decide to make a show about it. You are one of the women who lives in Sydney in your share house. You find out that in the period of convict transportation, 160,000 people were relocated from the United Kingdom to occupy Australia. You decide that you hate the Commonwealth. You're going to make a project about this. Leave in order to start making it. Go to New York and present some new ideas to a white male curator from Germany. Well, you can leave, he says, but first you must really arrive. And what is it to arrive? Have you ever actually arrived? I myself have never arrived. Leave New York. Think about really leaving, walking away from all of this. There's nothing left for you here. All of it. Not just the experience, not just the show, not just this evening, but all of it. All the distractions. You'd start here, walking out of here, walking away from the rest of the group, leaving us behind. But after that, you'd leave your accommodation or your house. You'd leave everything. Leave the washing in the laundry. Don't bother packing it up. Leave those dishes in the sink, the porridge from this morning. Leave it. Leave it all. Leave the new towels. Leave your house. Leave the rent. Don't worry about the TV. Take a pair of shoes. Take a hat. Take sunscreen. Now, walk. Leave your suburb, your region. Walk and walk and walk. When you get to the edge of your country, walk off it. Walk off the edge and into the water. You're done here. We're all done here. Feel the water, cold, at your knees, your hips, your shoulder bones. Now swim. Crashing waves and seals and sharks. Maybe a boat big enough to take you home where you came from, or somewhere else, to save you or dump you far, far away. Or maybe don't quite commit to leaving the stage because the show's not finished. You can't decide if you want to or not. Ask for help. Can I have some help with the stage? Yeah. What you figure is if you make a really big change, you won't have to leave. Show one video. Maybe we just show the statue montage, which is the opposite of leaving, okay? Thank you very much.